What's up, guys? So I thought I would go live today just for fun. I haven't really gone live on this page before, so I want to start doing it based on your questions and things that you might want to learn. So I had a buddy of mine, a fellow coach of mine, he asked me, do I have any handstand tips? And since I've been getting a few more of these questions, I thought I'd share my 3 favorite tips with you guys. So if you're trying to learn this move, hopefully this will help accelerate the process, because there were a few key moments, a few key transitions in my learning this that really progressed me to the next level. And it wasn't until I kind of worked on these tricks that I was able to move up. So 3 tricks, here we go. The first one, or kind of an overview of what we got going on, is 1, break it up, 2, consistency, and 3 is grip. Now, the overlying tip of handstands is always going to be consistency. Like, you have to continue to work on handstands, if not every single day, every other day, for 5 to 10 minutes. It's just going to help your body get used to it. Okay, but let's break it up into the 3 tips. The first one is break up the move. The move of the handstand is really broken up into, endurance, getting used. Let's start with the first one. Getting used to being upside down. Like, that scares a lot of people, being upside down. So first, you've got to get used to that. The second one is endurance. You've got to be able to hold yourself upside down. And then the third one is you got to start working on your balance so that you can hold yourself up by yourself. Now, I'll give you some tips on the parallettes that I have here. But back to getting used to going upside down. This is best done if you have a friend, someone that can kind of catch you, hold you, be there for support. You can also do it against the wall. I do it all the time. Now, if you're a beginner, I suggest start by getting used to being upside down and working on your endurance using your hands on the ground instead of the parallettes, because the parallettes, you have to kick up a lot harder to get upside down. So when you're first beginning, if you're just on your own, definitely go on the wall. After that, once you start getting used to upside down and you're comfortable with it, then I progressed to endurance. How long can I actually stay upside down for? How long can I hold that position for? Once I started getting to 30 seconds to a minute, then I really started focusing on the balance aspect of it, and how I was going to control myself when I finally got upside down, instead of it just being, I'm going to kick up and hope to God that I actually stay upside down and in a handstand position. So with the balance, this is my greatest trick for this one, guys, is slowly. Most people like putting their hands and kicking their back up to the wall. Now, it's kind of a safer method because it's easy to fall out of it. But the preferred method to practice handstands and balance and alignment, proper alignment of your body, is to actually have your chest and quads against the wall. But if that is still too scary for you, you want to do the back against the wall, here's what I suggest you progress. While you're using your hands on the wall, say this is the wall, this is my hands. Most people, when they start out, their hands are here, the wall is there. It's far away. What you need to do is every single day, you need to progress getting those hands until whatever your longest finger is, usually if it's middle finger, hits that wall, and you can kick up and you will be straight in proper alignment, because you need to learn what that balance feels like. A lot of people, when they do a handstand, they've got this kind of bow in their body. And maybe that's okay if you're trying to travel with a handstand or do some crazy things. If you want just like the perfect handstand that's straight up and down, you really need to learn what it feels like to balance in a handstand. So get those hands closer and closer and closer to the wall until you're touching, and then you're gonna start working on that balance. All right, so tip number 2, I'll kind of speed this along, is consistency in how you're kicking up. When I was first starting, I would kick up with my right foot, then I'd kick up with my left foot, and then I'd kind of go legs wide or legs together, or I'd kind of do a tuck jump into it. And it was just killing my consistency. So if you want to find that balance, that point where you just start nailing it every single time, you need to start doing the same thing every single time. So it gets down to me to where I'm even breathing the same. I believe I'll exhale when I get to the top. I will look for a spot on the ground to kind of mark where I'm supposed to be, but I get down to those nitty gritties of my handstand just to build up that consistency so I feel it. I also work on how straight and how bent my arms are when I jump up. Just start getting into some kind of consistent routine for that first kick up. And then once you got it, the very last thing, and I will tell you, this is my greatest trick, I think, and this is where I see a lot of people needing to improve, is that they bail too early on a handstand. Now, this is especially true for the parallettes, where you have a lot more control rather than you do on the ground. And I learned this from a gymnastics book. This is not mine. They bail too early. They don't work the muscles needed long enough to actually build the strength. So the forearm is what balances and you use to keep the handstand. And so everybody else is kind of working everything else and they're neglecting their forearms. So when you're in a handstand and you find yourself starting to fall, either way, whatever it might be, you want to grasp onto these things as tightly as you can for as long as you can. What a lot of people do is they'll notice the balance is starting to get lost and they just kind of get out. And what's happening is you're not actually building up those fight muscles, and you need those kind of fight muscles to keep you when you start to get into that sway. Once I did that, once I consistently just started just saying, nope, I'm just gonna stick onto this thing for however long I can, no matter what, within weeks or even a month, my handstands went from, I would say, consistently around 15, 20 seconds, easily into the 40, 45, and then beyond into the minute range of finally hitting, you know, my best time ever, which is, I don't know, like 114 or something. But it was all in the strength of that grip. That's when I saw myself really start to progress in the handstand. So there it is, some handstand tips. 3 tips for you guys. Break up the movement, work on different things, work on your balance, work on your endurance, work on just being used to being upside down. Get your hands closer to that wall. First tip. Second tip, get consistent on how you kick up. Do the same thing every time. Don't start tricking your brain. And the third one is work on that grip. Fight till the very end. I mean, even if you have to have these things come off when you finally land, that's okay. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I will do some more videos, live videos, for you on this page, whether you want fitness, nutrition, motivation, whatever it is, you know, let me know. This is my first time, so we'll see if these become a thing and if people actually want to see them. If not, I won't do them. So hopefully you enjoyed those handstand tips. I will see you guys next time. Bye.